Level 99 Games has a title that I just saw, and now I want to tell you about it. Spooktacular. This is for 1 to 5 players, ages 12 and up, and should take you about 45 minutes to complete. It's Halloween night, 1986, and the all-night Spooktacular Film Festival is running in full swing in midst of a wild thunderstorm. Suddenly, lightning strikes, overloading the theater's power circuits and releasing 100 years of cinematic monsters from the silver screen. As one of those monsters, you are now free to wreak havoc. Terrify and devour unsuspecting moviegoers in a race to become the most terrifying monster of all time. In Spooktacular, play as one of 20 movie monsters, each with their own way of playing the game. Easy to understand rules are the base of the game, and everything else you need to know is right on your monster board. Tons of variability and devious monster abilities to discover will keep you coming back to the theater again and again. That was a very fun write-up by the publisher, I think. I enjoyed reading that. So, this is a movie monster mash of a game is the way it initially sounds like to me. I mean, with almost 24 playable monsters, you being the monster. Excellent. This has become a fairly regular trend over the last several years of you, the player, being able to play the monster, the bad guy, the black hat in the story. And I really dig that option, so thank you very much for that. So I have seen games before, and it has been a great boon, I think, when you have the games that have the majority of the rules right there on the board, or the player board. And then everything else pretty much covered on playing cards. I don't mean a deck of playing cards. I mean the cards used to play in the game, containing pretty much the rest of the rules. From what I've read from other reviewers, it seems like this is like a 4-page pamphlet that you're getting, because it's so rule light going into it, with everything being on the boards and cards that you need to know. I think that's brilliant. I think that's beautiful. I think it's something that we all look forward to when we're promised that a game is light on the rules to the point where you can buy the game, crack the game open, and be ready to play in 5 minutes without having to go through fiddly rules and a huge rule book. So if this is true for what I'm reading, thank you. We need more games designed like that. Now, looking at the artwork on this really puts a smile on my face, because I think thematically they nailed it with the artwork. It definitely draws your eye to the game. It makes you want to look at the game. And to a lesser degree, makes you think of the game. And I guess that kind of brings it all back around to wanting to play the game more. Wanting to experience it, get it down on the table. But even if it doesn't push you quite that far, it's still always nice to see good artwork. I am totally digging these meeples. They look cool. They put some work into them. It's not just, your average looking, spread arm, spread leg little meeple. I do enjoy when there's some sort of silk screening done to it or engraving onto it, when the publishers go that second step and just trying to make the meeples a little bit better, make them pop a little bit more. I do respect their choice for doing that. I think that it's a way of saying to the gaming public, we think we would like you to have something a little bit nicer to look at than just a standard meeple. It works for me, as long as the silk screening stays on. Some of them we've seen have some really shitty silk screens that come off after a few, times in your hand. So I'm hoping these are not like that. I haven't seen anything either way about the lasting power of this, but if it, as long as it lasts, they're going to be really good meeples. Now, another thing that game companies have been doing lately that I'm very much into, and I'm glad that they sort of evolved board games into this step, is the mini game or mini games that make up the bigger overall game. You see that primarily in things like horrified game systems, but they're not the only ones. And this is incorporating that too. And I'm very happy they are, because it adds another level of strategy, a different level of strategy each time you play, depending on what you're playing with, who you're playing with, what the monster is, which by definition itself adds on to replayability and wanting to replay the game again, wanting to experience the different ways, the different strategies, the different games that are going to get you through the big game. Bring us more games like that, I say. A lot of people are saying that this is a very good, very friendly, family-friendly, good for the kids style of spooky Halloween-themed game. There's an awful lot of very heavy themed horror games out there, and they're fine. I enjoy many of them. But it's good to see Halloween and the horror aspect, right, being represented in a way that's going to be fun for the whole family. You do need the balance of the big, heavy, darker games, along with these light-hearted, fun-style Halloween games. So yeah, let's get more of these in the market too. Let's get more games that can be appreciated by families, by kids, as well as some more seasoned players. Overall, what I've read from the reviewers, Spooktacular is definitely deserving a spot on my gaming radar. I'm really hoping to get it from the radar to the shelf. But I'm not here to influence you. I'm here to inform you. And hopefully any of the information I gave you today causes you to go out and get more information. Maybe even find a playthrough to watch. They're a lot better to gain information from than somebody else's personal opinion. Watch a playthrough of any game you're interested in. It'll give you a better idea than any reviewer will if it's the kind of game for you and your buddies. Anyway, go get your own information and come back here and let us know what you think of Spooktacular.